Good morning, Charles Merkel here for day 115 of 3-minute 10 breath total body warm up. Oh, trying some. I turned the audio settings back on for the Restream software. I know yesterday's audio was not very good. In a different environment, so changing up the settings, see how we do today. Really hoping the chirping of the birds comes through, even with noise suppression on. Yesterday, I got to witness some salesmanship mastery. I don't know what your own sales experience is. I've been in the marketing game a long time, and a lot of what I fell back on was just good customer service, finding out what people's needs are, uh, getting their questions answered, guiding them through the transaction process, making sure that what was delivered on its promises afterwards. Really just good customer service and taking care of people. And that is still very valid and still deeply important. In fact, sometimes I don't see enough of that. Like yesterday, we went on a train ride, and I was reminded, when you know you have a solid product, a solid service, something to deliver that delivers on the goods, it can really pay off to be bold, to take action. Like we've said before, I'm not talking about being reckless, but being bold. You got to find where that line is. But we went on a train ride, and a young lady came on board. She wasn't wearing a lot of, or really any identifying, anything identifying as her, as far as her being with uh, the the train company, but she was dressed professionally. Her whole outfit was a solid color, and she came on board and into our train car and identified herself right away. Saying, "Hi, I think her name was Kaylee. I'm Kaylee. I'm with I am the train photographer." So just let her presence be known and who she was and what she was there for, and went around and took pictures and engaged folks, found out where they were from, were they enjoying things, handed out some sincere compliments. So everything that was classic everything classic salesmanship, checking it all off. Very impressed. Left a card on with a QR code, how to access the photos online. And to be honest, I expected her, if she did come back, to offer some packages, or either print or digital, just make an offer. But this was not your average young lady, so she was bold. And she obviously had some things on the train that I didn't expect, because in a surprisingly short amount of time for what she put together, she came back with prints. So we're on the train. She came back with framed prints and showed them to folks as she went around. And I don't know about all the other cars, but she didn't leave our car with any of the prints. She sold every darn one of them. Said she came out with the product done. It wasn't She wasn't here to make an offer. She wasn't saying, oh, see how the picture came out, how can I interest you in some photos? No. She said, this is what they are. They're gorgeous, and this is how much they are. And it was, she said a very reasonable offer. She didn't load us down with options. Because we say in sales, a confused mind does nothing. I think she only had two. It's this much, and or she had another thing for a little bit less. And that was it. Said she sold every one of those photos. Think about that today for yourself. If you have a product or a service that you know is good, what if you delivered on it? Took some bold action and delivered on it, then made the offer. Because she also understood buyer psychology. Because she already went through the effort of making the prints. And most people at that point are not going to want to say no. So now she had to have a good product, and she did. But she knew that the way she carried herself, she already knew beforehand. This wasn't her first time. But she knew buyer psychology that if you've already put in the effort, most people, because people are nice, are not going to want to say no because they recognize that she already put in the effort. And she had a good product. That part is key, absolutely key. Don't give people junk. Don't offer junk. So if you have a good product or service, consider taking some bold action, a little bit of risk. Said if she didn't sell the prints, she'd be stuck with them, and the money, and effort that went into producing them. But I bet, especially if your sales are struggling, if you go in, take some bold action, do the work, then make the offer. Gauge your results. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. All right, let's go ahead and do today's exercise. Again, this is day 115, a 3-minute 10 breath total body warm up. If you're not familiar with the exercise, visit the address in the ticker, 7minutemorning.com, where you'll go directly to full video training on how to do the exercise. And join me tomorrow, guys. Let's get started. And begin. Needed that this morning. Well, I appreciate you joining me for day 115. I'll see you tomorrow for day 116. Remember, go to the address, 7minutemorning.com. Watch the videos. Join me tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Charles signing off. And take some bold action today. Do something bold that you wouldn't normally do. It's outside of your comfort zone. Just see what happens. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.